Narrated Abu Huraira, Allah's Apostle said, whoever established the prayer on the night of Qadr out of sincere faith and hoping to attain Allah's reward, not to show off, then all his past sins will be forgiven. Narrated Abu Huraira, the Prophet said, the person who participates in holy battles in Allah's cause and nothing compel him to do so except believe in Allah and His Apostle, will be recompensed by Allah either with a reward or booty if he survives, or will be admitted to paradise if he is killed in the battle as a martyr. Had I not found it difficult for my followers, then I would not remain behind any Sharia going for jihad, and I would have loved to be martyred in Allah's cause and then made alive, and then martyred and then made alive, and then again martyred in His cause. Narrated Abu Huraira, Allah's Apostle said, whoever established prayers during the night of Ramadan faithfully out of sincere faith and hoping to attain Allah's reward, not for showing off, all his past sins will be forgiven. Narrated Abu Huraira, Allah's Apostle said, whoever observe fast during the month of Ramadan out of sincere faith and hoping to attain Allah's reward, then all his past sins will be forgiven. Narrated Abu Huraira, the Prophet said, religion is very easy, and whoever overburdens himself in his religion will not be able to continue in that way. So you should not be extremist, but try to be near to perfection and receive the good tidings that you will be rewarded and gain strength by worshipping in the morning the nights. Narrated Al-Bara bin Azib, when the people came to Medina, he stayed first with his grandfathers or maternal uncles from Ansar. He offered his prayer passing Baitul Muqaddas, Jerusalem, for 16 or 17th month, but he wished that he could pray passing the Kaaba at Mecca. The first prayer which he offered passing the Kaaba was the Asr prayer in the company of some people. Then one of those who had offered that prayer with him came out and passed by some people in a mosque who were bowing during their prayers passing Jerusalem. He said, addressing them, by Allah, I testify that I have prayed with Allah, Apostle passing Mecca, Kaaba. Hearing that, those people changed their direction toward the Kaaba immediately. Jews and the people of the scripture used to be pleased to see the Prophet passing Jerusalem in prayers, but when he changed his direction towards the Kaaba during the prayers, they disapproved of it. Al-Baraz added, before we changed our direction toward the Kaaba, Mecca in prayers, some Muslim had died or had been killed, and we did not know what to say about them regarding their prayers. Allah then revealed, and Allah would never make your faith prayers to be lost. The prayers of those Muslims were valid. Narrated Abu Huraira, Allah's Apostle said, if any one of you improve, follow strictly his Islamic religion, then his good deeds will be rewarded 10 times to 700 times per each good deeds, and a bad deed will be recorded as it is. Narrated Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha, once the Prophet came while a woman was sitting with me. He said, who is she? I replied, she is so and so, and told him about her excessive praying. He said, disapprovingly, do good deeds which is within your capacity. Without being overtaxed, as Allah does not get tired of giving rewards, but surely you will get tired, and the best deeds act of worship in the sight of Allah is that which is done regularly. Narrated Anas, the Prophet said, whoever said none has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and has in his heart good faith equal to the weight of a barley grain, will be taken out of hell. And whoever said none has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and has in his heart good faith equal to the weight of a wheat grain will be taken out of hell. And whoever said none has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and has in his heart good faith equal to the weight of an atom will be taken out of hell. Narrated Umar bin al-Khattab, once a Jew said to me, O the chief of believers, there is a verse in your holy book which is read by all of you Muslims, and had it been revealed to us, we would have taken that day on which it was revealed as a day of celebration. Umar bin al-Khattab asked, "What is the worse?" The Jew replied, "This day I have perfected your religion for you, completed my favor upon you, and have chosen for you Islam as your religion." Umar replied, "No doubt, we know when and where this verse was revealed to the Prophet. It was Friday, and the Prophet was standing at Arafat the day of Hajj." Narrated Talha bin Ubaidullah, a man from Najd with unkempt hair, came to Allah's Apostle, and we heard his loud voice but could not understand what he was saying till he came near, and then we came to know that he was asking about Islam. Allah's Apostle said, "You have to offer prayers perfectly 5 times in a day and night." The man asked, "Is there any more praying?" Allah's Apostle replied, "No, but if you want to offer the Nawafil prayers, you can." Allah's Apostle further said to him, "You have to observe fasts during the month of Ramadan." The man asked, "Is there any more fasting?" Allah's Apostle replied, "No, but if you want to observe the Nawafil fast, you can." Then Allah the Apostle further said to him, "You have to pay the zakat, obligatory charity." The man asked, "Is there anything other than the zakat for me to pay?" Allah's Apostle replied, "No, unless you want to give alms of your own." And then that man retreated, saying, "By Allah, I will neither do less nor more than this." Allah's apostles, if what he said is true, then he will be successful, he will be granted paradise. Narrated Abu Huraira, Allah's apostle said, "A believer who accompanies the funeral procession of a Muslim out of sincere faith and hoping to attain Allah's reward and remain with it till the funeral prayer is offered and the burial ceremonies are over, he will return with a reward of 2 karats. Each karat is like the size of the Mount Uhud. He who offers the funeral prayers only and return before the burial will return with the reward of 1 karat only." Narrated Abdullah, the Prophet said, "Abusing a Muslim is fisq, an evil doing, fusuq, and killing him is kufr, disbelief." Narrated Ubadah bin as-Samit, Allah's apostle went out to inform the people about the date of the night of decree, Al-Qadr, but there happened a quarrel between 2 Muslims men. The Prophet said, "I came out to inform you about the date of night of Al-Qadr, but as so and so and so and so quarreled, the knowledge was taken away. I forget it, and maybe it was better for you. Now look for it in the 7th, the 9th, and the 5th of the last 10 nights of the month of Ramadan." Narrated Abu Huraira, one day while the Prophet was sitting in the company of some people, the angel Jibreel came and asked, "What is faith?" Allah's apostle replied, "Faith is to believe in Allah, His angel, the meeting with Him, His apostle, and to believe in resurrection." Then he further asked, "What is Islam?" Allah's apostle replied, "To worship Allah alone and none else, to offer prayers perfectly, to pay the compulsory charity zakat, and to observe fast during the month of Ramadan." Then he further asked, "What is ihsan, perfection?" Allah's apostle replied, "To worship Allah as if you see Him, and if you cannot achieve this state of devotion, then you must consider that He is looking at you." Then he further asked, "When will the hour be established?" Allah's apostle replied, "The answerer has no better knowledge than the question, but I will inform you about its portents. When a slave lady gives birth to her master, when the shepherd of black camels start boasting and competing with others in the construction of higher building, and the hour is one of 5 things which nobody knows except Allah." The Prophet then recited, "Verily with Allah alone is the knowledge of the hour." That man Jibreel left, and the Prophet asked his companion to call him back, but they could not see him. Then the Prophet said, "That was Jibreel, who came to teach the people their religion." Abu Abdullah said, the Prophet, considered all that as a part of faith. Narrated Abdullah bin Abbas, I was informed by Abu Sufyan that Herakl said to him, "I asked you whether the followers of the Muhammad were increasing or decreasing." You replied that they were increasing, and in fact, this is the way of true faith till it is complete in all respects. I further asked you whether there was anybody who, after embracing the Prophet religion Islam, became displeased and discarded it. You replied in the negative, and in fact, this is a sign of true faith when its delight enter the heart and mix with them completely. Nobody can be displeased with it. Narrated Abu Noman bin Bashir, I heard Allah's Apostle saying both legal and illegal things are evident, but in between them there are doubtful, suspicious things, and most of the people have no knowledge about them. So whoever save himself from these suspicious things, save his religion and his honor, and whoever indulges in this suspicious thing is like a shepherd who grazes his animal near the hema, private pasture of someone else, and at any moment he is liable to get in it. O people, beware! Every king has a hema, and the hema of Allah on the earth is his illegal things. Beware! There is a piece of flesh in the body. If it become good, the whole body become good. But if it get spoiled, the whole body gets spoiled, and that is the heart. Narrated Abu Jamra, I used to sit with Ibn Abbas, and he made me sit on his sitting place. He requested me to stay with him in order that he might give me a share from his property. So I stayed with him for 2 months. Once he told me that when the delegation of the tribe of Abdul Qais came to the Prophet asked him, Who are the people? Who are the delegate? They replied, We are from the tribe of Arabia. Then the Prophet said to them, Welcome, O people, or O delegation of Abdul Qais, neither will you have disgrace nor will you regret. They said, O Allah's Apostle, we cannot come to you except in the sacred month, and here is the infidel tribe of Mudar intervening between you and us. So please order to us to do something good, so that we may inform our people whom we have left behind at home, and that we may enter paradise by acting on them. Then they asked about drinks, what is legal and what is illegal. The Prophet ordered them to do poor things and forbade them from poor things. He ordered them to believe in Allah alone and asked him, Do you know what is meant by believing in Allah alone? Then replied, Allah and His Apostle know better. Thereupon the Prophet said, It means to testify that none has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and Muhammad is Allah's Apostle. To offer prayers perfectly, to pay the zakat, obligatory charity, to observe a fast during the month of Ramadan, and to pay al-Humas, 1/5 of the booty, to be given in Allah's cause. Then he forbade them four things, namely Hantam, Dubba, Naqir, Muzabbat, or Muqayyar. These were the names of pots in which alcoholic drinks were prepared. The Prophet mentioned the container of wine, and he meant the wine itself. The Prophet further said to them, Memorize these instructions and convey them to the people whom you have left behind.